You got the raise, the one you worked 2 years for, the one you rehearsed asking for in the bathroom mirror, the one that finally came through and you texted your mom about. You were supposed to feel different. 6 months later, you feel exactly the same. Same stress, same anxiety every time an unexpected bill shows up, same quiet dread on Sunday nights. More money came in, nothing changed. And if you're honest with yourself, it's actually gotten slightly worse. Here's what I want to tell you today. That feeling, that's not a personal failure. That is a system doing exactly what it was designed to do. And once you see how it works, actually see it, you will never look at your paycheck the same way again. Let me introduce you to Marcus. Marcus is 31. He lives in Austin, Texas. He makes $78,000 a year, which sounds like a lot until you actually do the math. $78,000 per year broken down, monthly gross, $6,500. $6,500 a month before anyone else takes their cut. And here's where the magic trick starts. Because that $6,500, Marcus never sees it, not really. Before the money ever lands in his account, the first hands are already in his pocket. Federal income tax, gone. State tax, gone. Social Security, gone. Medicare, gone. Health insurance premium, gone. 401k contribution, gone. Marcus takes home $4,180. He just lost 35% of his income before breakfast. But here's the part nobody talks about. Marcus never had $6,500. It was never real to him. He's never seen it, touched it, or had a decision to make about it. So psychologically, his brain treats $4,180 as his actual income. He builds his life around $4,180. And that, right there, is where the trap closes. Because $4,180 feels like enough to build a life on. And it is, just barely. Just enough to keep you from panicking. Not enough to ever make you free. Let's follow Marcus's $4,180 and see where it actually goes. Rent, $1,450. Austin isn't cheap anymore. Car payments, $420. He needed a reliable transportation to get to the job. Car insurance, $145, required by law. Gas, $180. The commute is 22 miles each way. Groceries, $380. He tries to cook most nights. Utilities and internet, $165. Phone, $85. Subscriptions, Netflix, Spotify, gym he sometimes uses, $95. Student loan payment, $280. The degree that got him the job still has 4 years left. Total, $3,200. Marcus has $980 left. Doesn't sound terrible, right? Except that $980 isn't sitting there waiting to become savings. It's the buffer, the cushion, the money that absorbs every random expense life throws at him. The dentist visit that insurance only partially covers, $220. His friend's birthday dinner he felt guilty skipping, $85. The car registration renewal he forgot about, $175. The Amazon order at 11 p.m. that seemed necessary at the time, $60. By the 25th of the month, Marcus has $180. And the cycle resets in 4 days. Marcus is not irresponsible. He's not done with money. He doesn't have a spending addiction. He has a perfectly average American financial life. And that average American financial life has been engineered, expense by expense, category by category, to consume almost exactly what he earns. Not more, not less. Almost exactly what he earns every single month. 2 years ago, Marcus was making $62,000. He was stressed. He told himself, if I can just get to $75,000, everything will be different. He got there. He got to $78,000 actually. And here's what happened. The first month, he felt great. He had more breathing room. He could actually save a little. Then month 2, he moved to a nicer apartment. He'd been wanting to for a while. He could finally afford it. His rent went from $1,150 to $1,450. Month 4, his lease on his old car ended. With the raise, he qualified for a better loan. He upgraded. Payment went from $310 to $420. Month 7, his girlfriend moved in, which helped on rent. They started eating out more, having people over, living a little. By month 8, Marcus's financial stress was statistically identical to what it was at $62,000. Same number of sleepless nights, same stomach drop when a big bill arrived, same answer when someone asked if he could afford a spontaneous trip. Let me check. The raise gave him 8 months of relief. Then the system recalibrated. This isn't a coincidence or a character flaw. Behavioral economists have a name for it: lifestyle creep. But I want to be specific about something. Lifestyle creep isn't just about buying nicer things. It's about your fixed costs silently expanding to fill whatever space your income creates. Better apartment, better car, better phone plan, better everything. And every upgrade you make, though, it converts a portion of your income from optional to required. You don't notice it happening. You just wake up one day and realize you can't afford to leave your job. Not because you're broke, because you've built a life that costs exactly what you earn. Here's the part that breaks people's brains. The salary trap gets worse the more you earn. Think about someone making $180,000 a year. They seem free, right? They seem like they've made it. But let's look at their fixed monthly obligations. Mortgage on the house that matched their income, $3,800. 2 car payments, $1,100. Private school for 2 kids, $2,400. Life insurance, investment accounts they contribute to out of obligation, $900. Vacations budgeted annually amortizes to about $500 a month. That's $8,700 in obligations before groceries, utilities, or living. Their take-home on $180,000, roughly $10,500 after taxes. They have $1,800 of breathing room on $180,000. And here's the cruelest part. The $180,000 earner is psychologically more trapped than someone making $55,000 with modest expenses because they have more to lose. The lifestyle they've built, the school their kids are in, the house their identity is attached to, the car that signals to their colleagues that they're doing well, all of it requires that paycheck to continue. Missing 1 month isn't an inconvenience, it's a catastrophe. The salary doesn't determine your freedom. The gap between what you earn and what you owe determines your freedom. And the system is perfectly calibrated to keep that gap as close to zero as possible, regardless of which tax bracket you're in.
Let me ask you a question. When you signed your lease, who benefited from you needing stable income to pay it? Your landlord. When you took out your car loan, who benefited from you needing to keep your job to make the payment? The bank. When you financed your education, who benefited from the debt that now requires you to work in a field that pays enough to service it? You already know the answer. Here's what I want you to understand. These aren't villains. This isn't a conspiracy. This is just how incentives work. Landlords, banks, and lenders make more money when you are reliably dependent on a paycheck. So they build products, mortgages, car loans, credit lines that are sized specifically to your income. Not smaller than your income, sized to your income. The bank doesn't lend you $200,000 because they calculated what you can comfortably afford. They lend you $200,000 because their model says that's what a person earning your salary will agree to repay. And the moment you become a reliable spender, someone with fixed obligations that require a constant paycheck, you become extremely predictable. Predictable people don't take risks. Predictable people don't quit to start businesses. Predictable people don't negotiate aggressively because they can't afford to lose. Predictable people keep showing up. And that predictability, your predictability, is worth an enormous amount of money to a lot of people who are not you. Here's what makes this so hard to escape. The trap doesn't feel like a trap. It feels like a life, a good life even. You have a car, you have a home, you go on vacation once a year, you have a phone that does everything, you have streaming services and good coffee and air conditioning. The system hasn't made you miserable, that would be too obvious. It's made you comfortable. Comfortable enough to stop asking the dangerous questions. Comfortable enough to mistake a lifestyle for wealth. Comfortable enough to feel like you've arrived somewhere even though you're running in place. And here's what that comfort costs you. Every month you stay in the cycle, earning, spending, is a month you are not building assets, not growing wealth, not creating anything that works when you stop working. The average American spends 90,000 hours of their life at work. 90,000 hours. And for a significant percentage of those people, the paycheck from those hours is gone within 30 days of receiving it. Every time. 90,000 hours traded for a lifestyle that disappears the moment the paychecks stop. That's the real cost of the salary trap. Not the money, the time. And I want to be upfront. This isn't a 5 easy steps situation. Breaking a system this well designed takes time and it takes intention. But it starts with a single shift in how you think about money. Step 1. Separate income from wealth. Your salary is income. It's a flow.
It comes in, it goes out. It is not permanent. Wealth is a stock. It's what you accumulate and hold. It's permanent. A $120,000 salary with zero savings is income with no wealth. $40,000 in invested assets generating returns is the beginning of wealth. One of these makes you free. One of them just keeps you busy. Step 2. Design your lifestyle intentionally before your income designs it for you. Every time you get a raise, the system is waiting for you to upgrade the apartment, the car, the subscriptions, the vacations. Resist for 1 month, just one. Take that raise and redirect the entire difference to savings or investments before you touch it, before you adjust, before your lifestyle knows it exists. This is called paying yourself first. And it is the only mechanism that actually works long term because it removes willpower from the equation entirely. Step 3. Build the gap deliberately. The gap between income and expenses, that's your freedom number. Not your salary, not your net worth. The gap. A $50,000 earner with $800 a month in savings has more real freedom than a $150,000 earner with $200 a month in savings. Every decision you make about your fixed expenses either widens or narrows that gap. Treat it like the most important financial metric you have, because it is. Step 4. Convert the gap into assets. Saving sitting in a checking account is not wealth, it's just deferred spending. Real wealth is money deployed into things that generate returns. Index funds, real estate, a business, even high-yield savings as a starting point. The goal is to build income streams that don't require your time. Because the moment you have income that doesn't require your presence, even a small amount, the trap begins to lose its grip. Step 5. And this is the most important one. Build optionality. 3 to 6 months of expenses saved in a separate account changes your psychology permanently. Overnight, you become a different negotiator, a different employee, a different person, because you can walk away. Maybe you won't, maybe you'll stay exactly where you are, but you can. And the moment you can leave without catastrophe following you, you're no longer trapped, you're choosing. And choosing looks and feels completely different from having no choice. Here's what I want to leave you with. The salary trap is not your fault. It's a system that has been refined over decades to be almost invisible. It disguises obligations as achievements. It frames lifestyle as success. It makes you feel like you're winning while the clock runs out. But here's what I know. The people who break free aren't smarter than you. They don't earn more than you. Not always. They just started asking a different question. Not how do I make more, but why does everything I make disappear and who is it disappearing to? Once you ask that question honestly, the trap becomes visible, and visible traps can be escaped. Your salary isn't your enemy, it's a tool. The question is, right now, is it building your life or just maintaining someone else's? If this hit different, share it with someone still running on the hamster wheel. See you there.